Two brothers died in a swimming accident over the weekend, and a two-car accident yesterday claimed one life.
Graduates of a local high school will gather this weekend as their grand reunion program celebrates its 30th anniversary.
Small rain chances return back to the forecast for East Alabama. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, there's a big Jamboree taking place this Friday. We're going to preview a couple of the football teams that will be involved in it. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Two brothers from Childersburg drowned Sunday afternoon while swimming in Logan Martin Lake in Talladega County. They were identified by authorities as 21-year-old Joshua Covington and 19-year-old Kevin Covington. Officials say that the brothers were swimming to a floating dock near the Logan Martin Dam about 4:30 p.m. One of the brothers apparently became distressed in the water, and his brother attempted to save him. First responders were called to the scene and pulled Kevin Covington out of the water so they could perform CPR. He was taken to Citizens Baptist Medical Center in Talladega, where he was pronounced dead. The body of Joshua Covington was recovered from the lake around 7 p.m.
A two-vehicle collision on U.S. Highway 77 in Southside on Monday morning took the life of a local man and injured a second. Southside police say the wreck happened at about 10:49 a.m. near the intersection of Highway 77 and Pilgrim's Rest Road. The driver of one of the vehicles, 71-year-old Jeffrey Harwood, was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other driver was taken to a local hospital with minor injuries. State troopers are investigating the cause of that accident.
A shooting last week in Steele near Gadsden has led to the arrest of a man on charges of attempted murder and shooting into an occupied vehicle. The suspect has been identified as 32-year-old Shantia Stovall, who was arrested in Gadsden. The shooting took place on August the 5th around 2 p.m. on Duncan Farms Road in Steele. According to a news release from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, Stovall attempted to force the victim out of her car, and when she refused to exit, Stovall then shot into her vehicle. The U.S. Marshals Service and Etowah County Sheriff's Office assisted the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office in locating and arresting Stovall at a home in Gadsden. He was booked into the St. Clair County Jail in Pell City with a total bond set at $1.5 million.
The Southside Police Department is currently attempting to locate Lee Marie Langford, 37, who has been reported missing by family members. Langford was last seen driving a gray Nissan Altima bearing Alabama tag 31ACB5B. Anyone with information about Langford are asked to contact the Southside Police Department at 256-442-2312 or Crime Stoppers at 334-215-STOP.
When we come back, it's time for a grand reunion of high school graduates.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
For the 30th year in a row, graduates of Anniston High School will gather this weekend for the school's grand reunion. The event is for all graduates up to the class of 1970, which was the final class to attend the old high school on Layton Avenue. The organizer of the event, Jana McCurry, says registration will open at 10 Friday morning and the festivities will get underway at 6 o'clock. EAN News asked McCurry what this reunion means to her.
I can't tell you what it means to me because it means so much. My mother started the Grand Reunion in 1994, and I have been a part of the Grand Reunions ever since then. I've never attended. I just get to go and watch registration and see old friends of mine that I've known through her, and known people that I've known through church. And then when my class got to go in, then it was really special because we were finally a part of the grand reunion, and that meant a lot to me. I had been a few times before because my husband's in an older class, but when our class got to come in, I felt like we had arrived.
McCurry says the Grand Reunion has become a significant annual event for many people who attended Anniston High.
Anybody that went to Anniston, it was a special school. And to get together with people that you knew in school, people that you did not know in school, but you have something in common by all going to the same school. It's not like my mother's class is old and my class is many years behind them. We're all part of the same group. And that's what means a lot, is we have a common ground, and we have a common love, and we have a common appreciation.
When we return, get ready for a traffic detour tomorrow.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Anniston officials say they'll close one lane of Greenbrier Deer Road on Wednesday morning to allow a contractor to set a power pole alongside that busy thoroughfare. The city will have several public works vehicles in the area, and drivers are asked to be especially cautious. The lane closure is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. and it should be finished by around 10.
Well, at least if you're sitting in traffic, you're not sitting in the rain, right?
That's a good point. And also, it's not just a really horrible hot time, that early in the morning, we hope.
That's right.
So, yeah, maybe it won't be too bad.
Maybe it won't. Jon Holder is joining us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us what to expect tomorrow. Jon?
Mike and Katie, we do have some rainfall returning to East Alabama for the next several days. It won't be much, but at least there's a chance. We'll have the complete forecast details for the rest of the work week for all of East Alabama next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Well, in Alabama at this time of year, we call this the dog days of August, and certainly we are feeling that today across East Alabama. 93 for the high, really no clouds at all out there, certainly no rainfall. Pretty nice this morning. The low at 66 degrees, a little bit below the average for this time of year. Record high temperature again in that big heat wave and drought back in 2007, 102 degrees. The record low 54. And look at those sunrise and sunset times. These continuing to really shorten now. 6:05 in the morning now your sunrise, and the sun setting tonight at 7:37. It's weather on your street time. Tonight we're going to take you out to Hillcrest Road in the Lindlock area of Anniston. One more night tonight in the 60s across East Alabama. Probably not as cool as last night, but this will be the coolest night that we have coming for the next 4 or 5 mornings at least. Enjoy the clear skies and the nice temperatures coming up overnight tonight. During the day tomorrow, some other good news coming your way, and that's small rain chances returning to East Alabama out on Windy Hill Road in Rainbow City, off 411 South, 93 for the high. Most folks are not going to see anything, but we will have about a 1 in 5 chance of your backyard seeing some rain tomorrow afternoon. As we head into the rest of the work week, sun, that will be the story, and isolated showers, not great rain chances, but we will have some scattered afternoon, late evening showers and thunderstorms with the heating of the day. Willingham Drive in Hewletton out in western Calhoun County, low 90s. And for the rest of the week, maybe a 20 or 30% chance of seeing a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon hours. Here is the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. We'll see those rain chances actually rising a little bit. Only a 20% chance tomorrow, a 30% chance on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a 40% chance of seeing some beneficial rainfall. We need some. Highs will remain in the low 90s. Nighttime lows after tonight will be in the low 70s. Just classic August summertime weather in Alabama. Even after the weekend, we're going back to dry weather. But again, temperatures about where they should be for this time of year, both for daytime highs and for nighttime lows. Well, we need some rainfall. We're looking ahead for the next 2 weeks. Do we see any rainfall coming? This is the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This takes us all the way into the latter part of the month of August. And as you can see right here in Alabama, we are below average. So again, we're heading into our driest time of the year, apart from a tropical system, and we don't see that on the horizon. The rain chances are going to remain below average for the foreseeable future. I'll be back here tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 a.m. with your Wednesday Day at a Glance forecast. And I'm right back here tomorrow evening for EAN Local News with the complete forecast details for all of East Alabama. Coming up on Friday, high school football, it's arriving. Big Jamboree out at White Plains. Namath Pitts has a preview next in sports. Namath?
Thanks, John. Football season is officially here, and White Plains is hosting a Jamboree this Friday night that will include 6 teams. We are going to preview a couple teams in the Jamboree, starting with White Plains. White Plains will start the Jamboree at 4 p.m. against Sacs, and then end the Jamboree at 8:35 p.m. against Piedmont. White Plains is entering year number 2 under Coach Blake Jennings. White Plains went 2-8 last season, but was only 1 region win away from making the playoffs. White Plains will go as far as P.J. Holloway and Crew Martin take them in the backfield. Dalton Luker and Hudson Inglesby will anchor the offensive line for White Plains. White Plains will play in 4A Region 6, which includes Cherokee County, Alexandria, Anniston, Asheville, Etowah, Hooks Bluff, and Oneonta. White Plains has not had a winning season since 2003. Outside of the Jamboree this week, White Plains will kick their season off next Thursday at Talladega. Sacs will be one of the 6 teams in action Friday at the White Plains Jamboree, so let's take a deeper look at the Wildcats. Sacs will start the Jamboree at 4 p.m. against White Plains, and then play immediately after that at 4:55 p.m. against Sandrock. Sacs is entering year number 2 under Coach Alfonso Freni. Sacs went 1-9 last season, but finished the season on a positive note by beating Talladega, as you see in the highlights right here. By the way, we want to thank High School Football Alabama for allowing us to use these highlights. Sacs will have a new quarterback this season in Gage Brown. Jacoby Avery will be a great asset for Sacs on the perimeter, and Mason Stevens will be the most experienced lineman for the Wildcats. Sacs will play in a 9-team region in 3A Region 6, which includes Piedmont, Ohatchee, Westbrook Christian, Welborn, Locust Fork, JB Pennington, Weaver, and Glencoe. Sacs lost their starting quarterback from last year, who transferred to Anniston, but gained a transfer wide receiver from Oxford. Sacs will kick their season off next Friday night at Horseshoe Bend. Ohatchee will hit the field Friday at White Plains in the Jamboree, so let's take a deeper look at the Indians. Ohatchee will play in the Jamboree at 5:50 p.m. against Sandrock, and then play at 6:45 p.m. against Jacksonville. Ohatchee is entering year number 3 under Coach Chris Finley. Ohatchee went 5-5 last season, but did miss the playoffs. Ohatchee will be going away from the Ugly Eagle and moving into a more spread attack this season. Ohatchee returns a veteran quarterback in Jake Robertson. Nate Jones will be the primary running back for Ohatchee. The Indians added a couple transfers this offseason that will help them in a positive way. Ohatchee will play in 3A Region 6, which we just mentioned earlier with Sacs. It includes Piedmont, Westbrook Christian, Welborn, Weaver, Locust Fork, JB Pennington, Sacs, and Glencoe. Outside of the Jamboree this week, Ohatchee will kick their season off next Friday at home against New Hope. And that is it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, our website, and now on Rumble.
Go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.